Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Marina. If you don't know me, I live in the Bay Area in California and I really love nail polish. If you notice on this channel, I have some really old videos where I was posting makeup tutorials and that type of content. I don't really do that anymore. I mean, I still do my makeup, but nail polish has really become my hobby and the thing that I want to make content about and share with the rest of the world. So I do have an Instagram. It's at @MarinaLacquer_. I'll put it in the description box below. Feel free to follow me there if you want to see more short form content, things like reels, swatch videos, posts about my manicures of the day, week, month, whatever. But for this channel here on YouTube, I'm just gonna follow the direction of some of my favorite people to watch. Kelly Marissa, Polished Yogi, Polish with Ray, The Polished Mage. There's so many people that I like to watch on here. Caitlin Swatches, gosh, Evil Twin Nails. I could name a million people. Nicole Loves Nails. I really feel like I should stop because I'm gonna just list a bunch of people for the next 10 minutes, but I will definitely tag people in the comments so that you can watch some of my favorite creators as well. However, the point of me returning to YouTube is that I wanted to make some more long form content. I wanted to make things like what we're doing today, which is the nail polish collection tag video, and those types of videos are not really meant for Instagram as a platform. So anyway, blah blah blah, I could go on. I'm back and today we are going to be starting with the nail polish collection tags. So if you're not familiar with what this video is or the style of video, it's very old school YouTube. I definitely used to watch these with makeup collections, but I've watched a bunch of my favorite creators do this nail polish collection tag, and basically at the end of the video they all tag their greater community of followers. So I am receiving that tag and I'm going to be doing this video myself. So there's a handful of questions about my makeup collection and kind of what I like and how I got here, and we're just going to kind of go through them. For any of the questions where I have a particular polish in the answer, I actually do have those polishes with me for the most part, and I'm going to be holding them up and sharing them with you. So without further ado, if you want to stick around and hear about my nail polish collection, the first question is how many polishes are in my collection? Just a spoiler. Please stay. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, comment, let me know if you have any of these polishes too, and let's just get going. All right. So the first question is, how many polishes do you own? The answer to that question right now is 333. This is not including a very small collection of polishes that I got as a gift from the Buy Nothing community here where I live. I just kind of wanted to get those to start swatching them for different reasons, but I'm not counting them as a part of my larger collection because I'm probably going to re-gift them back to the community very soon. So 333, and this is including all of the polishes that I have purchased over the last month or so that just haven't arrived yet. So things like September Polish Pickup or the Hearts and Promises Breast Cancer Awareness polishes. I got 3 of those. They're not here yet, but I did include those in my final count. Okay, the next question is, what was the first nail polish you remember buying? So I took this question 2 ways. The first polish I remember buying ever was probably Essie's ballet slippers, maybe Bikini Sotini, but I know those were kind of my favorite colors when I was in like middle school and high school. I'm sure I had some OPI shades back then. I don't really remember buying nail polish when I was younger. I feel like I used to just go get my nails done with my mom or my stepmom, so we didn't own a ton of nail polish. It wasn't really something we did. In fact, my mom had never had a manicure until this year when I did her nails, like ever. She's never had polish on her nails. So not really a part of my youth. So yeah, definitely I think ballet slippers was like my most used polish back then. I probably brought it with me when I moved out here, but I got rid of my crusty collection maybe in 2020. And then I think I had like 2 or 3 OPI shades, maybe 1 or 2 Olive and Junes that I had with me in case I wanted to do my toes or anything. But for the most part, I was going to the salon to get gel manicure or dip manicure, so I didn't need to own anything. So when I decided in January of 2024 that I was done spending money on manicures out in the world and that I was going to start doing my own nails, I decided to place an order with D&D because I recognized that brand from the salons and I thought maybe that would be a good brand to start with. So I actually looked back in my order history in my emails, and the first order that I placed from D&D was in January of 2024, and that order was 3 polishes: Ferrari Red, California Dreamin', and Berry Groove. Of those 3, I actually only have Berry Groove left. This is still one of my favorite polishes. I've kept it around through many rounds of declutters. I also remember very happily doing my best friend's nails with this shade when she came to visit me from Texas. Ferrari Red and California Dreamin' I got rid of in different rounds of declutters, but I didn't love them. I duped them with formulas that I liked better, but this one is really, really beautiful. I also feel like I need to give a shout out to Mooncat's Pandemonium, because while this wasn't my first purchase of this new collection, in fact I didn't order this until my third Mooncat order from my emails I went to check. This was the first polish that I remember like seeing on another person and like lasering in on and deciding, well, if that's regular lacquer, I want to use regular lacquer so that I can use that polish. This was, I think, a Tati Westbrook video, and she was wearing this, and I just zeroed in on it, truly like one track mind until I got it. Unfortunately, Pandemonium is not my red. If you are a nail polish person, you will know there are different reds that are better for different skin tones. This one's just like a tiny bit too orange for me. I prefer something with more of like a pink shimmer or a little more like a blue tone, cool tone, but I do still love it, and it is still obviously very beautiful. A lot of my collection I keep because I do other people's nails, so obviously this is one that I'll use on a ton of people, especially in the summertime. But for me, I did already wear it several months ago, and it's not my red, but I do love it, and I credit this polish with being like kind of the beginning of the end. All right. What else do we have? What is the most recent nail polish added to your collection? So again, there were two ways to take this question. Literally the most recent polish that I have had in my hands, or the most recent order that I've placed. So I'm going to give you both of those answers. The most recent order I placed, and actually the most recent polish I have in my hands, it's the same answer. These are the polishes that I ordered from Hermés. However, I do have a couple of orders from Fancy Gloss, and I believe the Hearts and Promises polishes, and then the PPUs from September. I ordered them before this, but they're still not here, so technically that answer will change whenever those arrive. But these are the three polishes that I got. First, we have Backyard Hootenanny, which is a very, very beautiful linear hollow topper. I didn't have anything like this in my collection yet, so I really wanted it. It's beautiful. I swatched it over a few different shades yesterday, and I think it's really quite gorgeous. I don't know if it's the punchiest linear hollow topper that exists, but it's really beautiful, and I like to support a newer business. This is Hermés I found out about through Reddit, because I'm sure a lacquerista was sharing her new brand in the community. So number one. And then the next one is Beyond Icarus. This is a magnetic. I actually got this because of the name, not gonna lie to you. I love all things Greek mythology, but this is a magnetic polish. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that stripe, but it's really beautiful. I'm not 100% sure how this is going to look on my skin tone, but you know, it's a little bit of like a kind of ghostly, ethereal shade for me. But maybe it would look nicer on some of my friends with darker skin. We'll see. And then the one that I was most excited about that had been out of stock and was back in stock, and that notification is what triggered me to make this purchase, is Casa de Heaven. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous blue. And if you know me, you know that these blues, this particular type of glowy blue that's like ultramarine cobalt, maybe a little darker blurple-y with that huge beautiful flash, these are my kryptonite. So I'm thinking about making a video about all of the shades that are kind of like House of Hades adjacent Mooncat, and this is definitely one of those polishes. This actually is beautiful in 2 coats. You do not need more, so for that reason I think it actually dethrones House of Hades. All right, so yeah, that's my answer to that question. They came in yesterday, but if you were to ask me this next week, I would probably have some fancy glosses to share. So, oh, and I actually also have an order from Dam Nail Polish, or Dom, however you pronounce it, excuse me, some really stunning rainbow linear hollows that I can't wait to get my hands on. So either way, right now, the answer is Hermés. All right, the next question is, what is your least favorite nail polish that you own? This is a tough one. I feel like these are all my babies and I don't want to hurt their feelings. And I also don't really keep polishes around when I don't like them. There's a couple of polishes I have in my collection that I know I keep to use on other people because they're really fan favorites amongst my friends, and I don't really love them for me, but they're good polishes. And pretty much everything that I really have disliked, I have gotten rid of. So this was a really hard one for me, but I did come up with an answer, and that is KB Shimmer's Love Bites. The reason is because of the formula. It's not the color. The color is exactly what I wanted. I was looking for like a neon lime green. I know it kind of... I have a vibe going right now. This is Cleona's Ozone, which I am loving. This formula is nothing like this formula. It's very watery, very streaky. Even in 3 coats, it didn't really self-level as well as I was hoping it would. I just really didn't like the formula. So I ordered something from D&D a while ago that's coming in soon, and I think it's going to be a good dupe for this, in which case I will destash this, but for now, at least, it's here to be an answer to this question. But I do love KB Shimmer, just to be clear. have some other polishes from KB Shimmer that are in my top polishes. I'm actually going to talk about one later on in this video. All right, next question. What is your rarest nail polish? So aside from the obvious answer that is like any of my polish pickup shades or Hella Handmade Creation shades, I feel like that's not really an answer to this question, because limited edition shades, or you know, maker shades like that, they are limited edition, so they are obviously going to be rare, but I have so many of them in my collection that it doesn't really feel like a good answer. I also feel like a good answer to this question could be my entire Dimension Nails collection. I think I have like 13 or 14 polishes from them, a brand that I absolutely love that unfortunately closed earlier this year, so technically that's a collection of really rare polishes because the brand doesn't exist anymore. But again, that felt like a non-answer, even though I'm kind of giving you all of these answers. So singular polishes that I think are rare, quote unquote, would be either of these two. So this is Holo Taco's David's Teal from the Holo Taco and David's Tea collab, and this is Blossom's Fire Breath from the Mooncat and Powerpuff Girls collab. Both of these polishes are very beautiful. I love them. I have worn them both. They're both really difficult polishes in their own right. This is a super stainer, and this one is incredibly hard to take off. So I think for both of them, I would recommend, if you have it in your collection, to use a peel-off base coat. Honestly, without it, this is going to be a nightmare. But regardless of the nightmare, they're really beautiful shades, and both of them go for between $40 and $50 on Mercari right now because you can't get them anywhere else. The collab for David's Teal, David's Tea, that David's Teal was a part of, was really only on the Holo Taco website for a very short period of time, so I'm glad I got my hands on this. This one was on Mooncat for quite a while. I don't think the IP ran out for them, so they could just keep them on until they ran out of stock, but this one did run out pretty quickly. This was one of the earlier ones, and I really love it, so super glad that I have them both. But yeah, I would say these are both rare. All right. The next question is, what is your most expensive nail polish? This one was very easy. This is Hermés Orange Boite. I think that's how you pronounce it. Boite? Who knows? It's the B-O and then the I with the little hat. T-E. So if anyone else knows how to pronounce that, please let me know. I speak Spanish. I do not speak French, so forgive me. This is a beautiful orange. This is pretty new to my collection. I just saw it online and I couldn't resist. It's $62. I'm not out here suggesting that anybody buy themselves Hermès nail polish if they can't afford it. Live within your means is a good piece of advice. Or don't buy yourself luxury nail polish, and then you will have it and you will be happy. I have 5 luxury nail polishes in my collection. I have one from Chanel, one from Dior, one from Christian Louboutin that actually came to me through like a rummage sale. My dad got it and sent it to me, which was very sweet. One from Gucci, and this one. So I kind of like the idea of building out a small luxury collection, just kind of like one polish from all of these various brands, but maybe I'll ask for them as gifts going forward because this was a little extreme. But it is a very, very beautiful orange. And the brush is gorgeous and the formula is gorgeous. So it's worth the money. Like, I don't know if it's worth $62, but it's, at least it's not like, what is this skinny brush for $62, you know? So, all right. Next question is, what brand do you own the most of? So this one was easy because I have a tracker. I have an Excel sheet that tracks all of my nail polishes by brand, by finish, and then I have other tabs for other things. So I can tell you exactly. Mooncat, I have 43 shades, so that's the #1 spot, definitely my most owned brand, followed by Cirque in 2nd place with 31 polishes, and OPI in 3rd place with 24. And then after that, like ILNP and Dimension Nails and Bee's Knees Lacquer kind of, you know, circulating a little bit under 20. But yeah, so Mooncat, Cirque Colors, and OPI are my top 3 brands. I don't know if that's necessarily on purpose or like I like those brands the most out of every brand that I own. In fact, I don't think that that's a fair statement. Like, Lurid Lacquer is probably my favorite brand across the board. I don't have a high number of Lurid Lacquer polishes because for a while they were only open during their launches and it was just hard to get your hands on things. But they have since changed their operations, so they're kind of open all the time now and restock as they can. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I can keep myself from buying a million Lurid polishes because they are gorgeous. Okay, what color do you own the most of? This was a surprise to me. I thought this was like easily gonna be like Tide purple and green. And I will say purple and green are about Tide in my collection, but they are surpassed by just a few by blue. So blue is the answer to this question. I have more blue polishes than any other polish. However, blue, purple, green, and red are all kind of up and down around 50, depending on what I declutter and what I get into my collection. So yeah, but blue, the answer is blue. Blue currently, I think I have 53 blue polishes. I just counted the other day. So that's including things like this that just came in. All right, next question. What nail polish in your collection means the most to you? This one was hard. A lot of these mean something to me, but I feel like this is the really easy answer for me. This is Dimension Nails Strawberry Soy Milk. This means the most to me because it's nail polish that I wore for my wedding. I did my own nails, obviously. Maybe that's what I was prepping for this whole time, these last couple years, was to be able to do my own nails at my wedding. But this is such a beautiful polish. The Dimension Nails Plant-Based Milk collection was one of my favorite launches ever. I loved those polishes. I have most of them. The only ones I didn't get were the yellow and the green because I just wasn't going to wear those shades in this kind of milky jelly formula. But this one, the orange and the brown in particular, they're like the most beautiful sheer milky jellies I own. I have 3 backups of this, so you're not going to catch me not owning this polish at any point in time. But yeah, this one means the most to me, and I do really lament the fact that Dimension Nails is closed. It makes me quite sad. All right, what is your go-to nail polish right now? So this is our last question. I don't have a particular polish because I'm actually trying to get through all of my polishes once before I go back and wear anything again, so it's not like I have something that I keep going back to. But since it's fall, I feel like I'm leaning toward a specific area of colors. I created a fall rack for myself, so I think like 12 or 13 polishes that I definitely want to try to wear in the next few months, and I just figured I'd share a few of them. So these are some polishes I'm most excited about. First we have Zombie Claw's Sin for Me. This is just the most beautiful like blood red jelly. I'm so excited. I saw Lights Lacquer post Cara Mia from their new collection, and I was like, I don't need that because I have this. It swatched really beautifully, so I really can't wait to wear it. Another one I'm super excited about is Queen of Chaos from Mooncat. This is a very beautiful, deep jewel-toned purple. It's gorgeous. Honestly, the creams from Mooncat are so underrated. Everybody talks about all their specialty finishes because of course they're great, but the creams are also amazing. So this one and Into the Abyss and From the Ashes, I feel like the 3 of them together would be a fun skittle. Maybe I'll have to pull some other shades in, but yeah, I'm super excited to wear this. I'm also really looking forward to this one from KB Shimmer. See, I told you KB Shimmer would redeem themselves. I've had this for a while. This is Best Franz from their Growing Personality collection. This is also a magnetic polish, but like I am so excited to wear this. I've been so excited to wear this since I got it. But it's like a beautiful mossy green and just feels perfect for fall. Another one, maybe a little bit brighter than some other fall picks, but this is Phobes Melancholy from their new Van Gogh collection. This is another one of those like blues that I just seek out. I feel like it's like the color of my soul. Really glowy, beautiful blue. I just can't wait to wear this. I know this is a 3-coater. It's going to take a little while for that to dry, but it's worth it, and I really can't wait. Another one I'm super excited for, I got probably last fall and I haven't worn yet, is ILNP's Spiced Cider. This is a beautiful jelly hollow formula. ILNP does hollow jellies like no other brand. Truly, there is no other formula that wears like this. I want to say it's called Rosalie, which is another in this formula from their Vineyard collection, maybe. Whatever. It's beautiful. It's like a pinky hollow jelly, and it is so flattering. So I know this is going to be exactly like that, just brown and perfect for fall. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. Sorry if I say the polish is beautiful again, but it probably is. Next up we have Cargo All Out from OPI. This is from their new fall collection. What's Your Manitude? It's a beautiful like army green, maybe like a drop of blue in there. I'm a huge fan of this shade. I have a couple that are like this, but this is actually a unique shade in my collection, which surprised me when I got it. I was hoping to dupe myself for a couple of shades that I wanted to get rid of, but it's its own thing and I can't wait to wear it. And lastly, BCB's Feral. This, my friends, is fall in a bottle. If you haven't tried BCB lacquers, this formula is so stunning. Everything I've tried from them has been incredible. I have 3 polishes and then a couple of PPU polishes from them, and I love every single one, but this is my first time trying a non-specialty finish from them, and I love it. It's like a crelly, kind of, I feel like, or maybe it just looks jellyish on the first coat or two, but it builds up to just like a squishy cream, so I guess that's acrylic. But yeah, I love this. Also, one other thing I wanted to mention with OPI, if you know OPI, you know that they still come with pretty annoying brushes. I actually switch my brushes out whenever I get an OPI polish with the Glisten and Glow brushes. So Glisten and Glow and KB Shimmer have the same component on them, so if you have extra brushes from either of those brands, you can actually swap them out for the OPI brushes and have a much better time with application if you prefer a wet brush. So that is the end of my nail polish collection tag video. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a long one, but I'm happy to be back here doing long form content, just being able to chat and yap to you all about something that takes up a big place in my heart. A lot of people have been asking me why I love nail polish so much, and I think it's because this is really my opportunity to have a creative outlet these days. I haven't been doing a ton of art otherwise because I work a lot and I have a lot going on. Sometimes I'll doodle, sometimes I'll, play a little bit of music, but to be able to have this kind of meditative process that I know I can engage in to paint my nails and just explore the colors and just be excited about these shades and these pigments, it feels very wholesome to me. And the world is hard right now, so if I like nail polish, sue me, Sometimes it's not the best financial investment, okay? I get it. But, as long as I can afford to buy some of these polishes and I'm not, putting myself in debt to have this collection, I will support myself in having an outlet. So that's my answer to that question too. So I guess we got an extra tag question. So anyway, I will tag the rest of you to make this video if you would like to. If you like this video, give it a good thumbs up. I hope to see you in my next one. I don't know what it will be yet, but I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!